You are now rocking with the Onrea Initiative. I'm Brian Onrea. This is episode 17. I'm so glad to be back with you to provide you some positive, inspirational pop culture news and pop culture talk. You know what I'm saying? We got a cool episode today. What I want to do is I want to go over, some of the new music and the new movies that came out. It's Friday, so I love to hip y'all to what's new. You know what I'm saying? Before I do that, though, I want to do a quick throwback. I've been talking about Katt Williams lately, and I did Katt Williams, The Pimp Chronicles. I did a review on that, you know what I'm saying? I want to start off with just throwing it back a little bit more because Katt Williams has such a good discography of dope projects. So before I get into some new stuff, I want to do a quick throwback on a Flashback Friday. I want to review Katt Williams' It's Pimpin'. It's Pimpin'. It was a very, very, very dope comedy special. Katt Williams' is Pimpin' review. Let's get it. It was filmed in Washington, D.C. in 2008, I believe May of 2008. And a lot of the commentary in this particular special had to do with the 2008 election. This was a time when George W. Bush was still president and Barack Obama was running against John McCain for president, you know what I'm saying? And he focused on that, a lot. He came out to the UGK song, the song with produced by 3 6 Mafia with Outkast in it, you know what I'm saying? He came out to that song. It was pretty dope how he came out, man. He gave George W. Bush a whole lot of jokes, so he went in on George W. Bush, you know what I'm saying? And that's not uncommon. A lot of times the president is going to get it from whatever the popular comedian is, you know what I'm saying? And he gave it to George W. Bush. He talked about, the fighting terrorism and the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. Very, very, very funny and timely jokes, you know what I'm saying? He gave Hillary all that she could handle, man. Like in this clip right here.
Don't forget, last time I checked, you wasn't handling the presidential penis correctly. So I'm trying to figure out, if you can't handle a dick, bitch, how you gonna handle the world? That's a big place, I'm just saying. Fuck that, that was your main missile to look after. That was ample.
Oh, that was so funny, man, how he went in on Hillary. Hillary Clinton. He talked about John McCain being old, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama. Very, very funny. The po little tink joke. That's a popular joke that came from this special, you know what I'm saying? He talked about Michael Vick, Britney Spears. Overall, very, very, very funny special, man. It's cool when you can hear something that's old, talking about old stuff, but still be funny. This is 2024. That's like 16 years later. Still very, very, very funny. So yeah, Katt Williams is Pimpin', man. Classic comedy special. Check that out. You know what I'm saying? Now, getting to some new stuff. As promised, man, I woke up early this morning to check out Snoop Dogg's new movie, The Underdogs, on Amazon Prime Video. Yep, I woke up early. I watched Snoop Dogg's movie. It stars Snoop Dogg. Mike Epps, stars in it with him. The love interest was Tika Sumpter. She was the love interest, you know what I'm saying? Very good actress. Candy Burris had a cameo as the judge. George Lopez played a small role as Snoop Dogg's character's high school coach. Tony Gonzalez is in there briefly. The whole NFL on Fox crew, Michael Strahan, Howie Long, and all those guys are in there, man. The homie, what's his name? Andrew Schultz played a role in the movie. He was the villain. He was the opposite coach, you know what I'm saying? His name was, what was his name? Chip Collins, you know what I'm saying? And Snoop, of course, played a retired NFL superstar by the name of Jason J.J. Jennings, you know what I'm saying? Star football player, full of himself, full of ego, and he has to humble himself by going to coach at his school. Now, right off the bat, it's a lot of foul language. If you don't like kids cussing, if you don't like to hear kids cussing, don't watch this movie. But to their point, they got a little disclaimer when the movie starts about the language, about, kids using this language. And they talk about how kids use that kind of language in real life. And it's true, I grew up, using that language. But just beware, it's a lot of language by the kids and the adults in the movie. Some of it a little unrealistic. I think overall, this movie is really good if you don't take it seriously. If you don't, because some of the acting is a little bit struggle acting, you know what I'm saying? As long as you don't take it seriously and just go in for the laughs and the cuteness of it, because, it's a redemption story. He goes back to his old neighborhood to redeem himself. He's full of himself. He's full of ego. And somehow he learns what's really important. The typical love interest, you know what I'm saying, with Tika Sumpter, her character, and, they, in the end, it all works out, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to give it away, but you know how these movies work out, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't take it seriously, if you take it for what it is, man, and are cool, and if you're cool with the language, it's a real good movie, real cool, cute little movie, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna win no Oscars or nothing like that, but it's a fun time. Again, if you're cool with the language, if you love Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg is the main star. He in every scene. Plenty of Snoop Dogg in this movie, you know what I'm saying? Overall, man, I give it a thumbs up, man. It's cool for what it is, you know what I'm saying? So the Underdogs on Amazon Prime, watch it and let me know what you think, you know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments, Again, don't take it too seriously, it's just a lot of language in there about adults and the kids, but it's a fun time, you know what I'm saying? So watch it and let me know what you think about that, Let's shift over into new music, man. Benny the Butcher released his album, Everybody Can't Go. This album has been highly anticipated. Benny the Butcher signed to Def Jam, it seems like a couple years ago now. He signed to Def Jam, and we've been waiting on that Def Jam release, and it's finally here. It's a 12-track album. Every song is produced by either Hit Boy or Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? So Hit Boy and Alchemist pretty much produced the whole album. I like it. It's pretty dope, man. The best song to me is the title track. You know what I'm saying? Everybody Can't Go. I like the concept of Everybody Can't Go, because he's talking about how he's striving for success. He put in work for years and years to get to a certain level of success. And sometimes when you go for success, everybody can't go with you for various reasons. Maybe they're not ready to go. Maybe they're going to hold you back. Maybe they don't want to go. Some people want to stay where they at because they don't want to raise their level of execution in their life. You know what I'm saying? So I love the title track, and it just so happens to be the best track on there. Produced by Hit Boy and my boy Corbett. Shout out to Corbett. Corbett and Hit Boy produced that song. You know what I'm saying? It's a dope song. The album overall is dope. He got features from Jadakiss on there. Peasy, the last song with Peasy, produced by Hit Boy, is real dope. You know what I'm saying? Who else is on there? Babyface Ray is on there. Jadakiss is on there. Speaking of Snoop Dogg is on there. Snoop makes an appearance on there. Overall, man, it's a dope project, man. 12 songs. I like longer albums, so hopefully they got a deluxe coming with more songs on there, man. But it's dope, though. Check it out. Benny the Butcher, Everybody Can't Go. Also, I checked out Kevin Gates' album, The Ceremony. Now, y'all probably don't know this, but I'm a big Kevin Gates fan. I love Kevin Gates' music because he raps with so much passion. He raps with passion and conviction, like he really believes it. You know what I'm saying? And he's pretty much consistent with his formula. He don't change it up. This album was no different, man. It's 17 songs, typical Kevin Gates album. And if you love Kevin Gates, you will love this album because it's not anything new on this album. It's pretty much the same Kevin Gates, in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? The songs I like God Slippers. I like Heal You. I like Beyonce Freestyle, which has got Sexy Red and BG on it. It's ratchet, but, Kevin Gates is kind of like a little bit of a guilty pleasure because he rap real ratchet sometimes, but he can still rap deep and spiritual too. He's like a good balance of ratchet and spiritual, you know what I'm saying? And the song Eater. The song Eater, man, is another ratchet song. And he shouts out the Detroit women in that song too, man. So overall, if you love Kevin Gates, you will love the Ceremony album. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. And the last thing that I saw Jalen Rose drop an interview with Birdman. And here's the thing about Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose was let go of ESPN a few months ago, and he's kind of been low key. He has the Renaissance Man podcast, but even that hasn't really got a lot of publicity. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if we see the success that Shannon Sharp is having, but it's about time that Jalen Rose came out with more content. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to see Jalen Rose more often. You know what I'm saying? He's a hometown hero from Detroit. At the school in Detroit, he represents Detroit very, very well. We want to see him more. So he got an interview with Birdman. First off, the scenery. They're doing an interview on a yacht in Miami. I believe it's Miami. Dope backdrop. It's nighttime. They got the lights. They on the yacht. You can see the water. You can see the buildings, the lights. Very, very dope backdrop. I wish I could do if I ever do interviews, which I will do interviews one day. I will be doing interviews at some point. But I would love to get on a yacht like that with that backdrop because it's real dope. You know what I'm saying? Birdman talks about, his upbringing, how he came up in life, you know what I'm saying, was adopted by his father, lost his mom at a young age. He talks about the overall legacy of Cash Money. I'm not going to give it away so you can watch it for yourself. But he talked about how he developed BG and Lil Wayne, how he developed them, how he was a father figure to Lil Wayne, how Manny Fresh was a real important part of the Cash Money legacy, and how the South in general doesn't get their credit. You know, it's 50 years of hip hop, and he feels like the South should have been celebrated a little bit more. So overall, it's a good interview on Jalen Rose YouTube. The Renaissance Man interview with Birdman on a yacht. You know what I'm saying? Real dope interview, man. Watch that interview. Let me know what you think, man. So recap. Overall, man, for this Friday, I reviewed Katt Williams' It's Pimpin'. Go check that out. Classic special. Snoop Dogg's The Underdogs movie. Go check that out. Cool little movie. Benny the Butcher releases album Everybody Can't Go. Check that out. Kevin Gates put out the Ceremony album, you know what I'm saying? And Jalen Rose did his interview with Birdman, man. That's all my new stuff for the week. Not a whole lot of news, man, you know what I'm saying, in the world of sports. You know, Jim Harbaugh was with the Chargers, you know what I'm saying? The Chargers social media account. The Chargers social media account let off some cool tweets, man, and cool content after they hired him. It's so funny how, like, social media accounts are being ran like professional, prominent from like big companies. These companies are hiring like savvy social media people, because you read the social media accounts from, like, let's say Wendy's or McDonald's, and they be talking slick a lot. And the same thing with this Chargers account. They put out a little meme talking about the flight charts, how everybody was studying all the flight charts of Jim Harbaugh. You know what I'm saying? Kind of trolling folks, trying to wonder whether Jim Harbaugh, is he flying to San Diego? Is he flying to Atlanta? Where is he going? You know, trolling folks who couldn't predict where Jim Harbaugh was going. Some real funny posts and tweets from the San Diego Chargers account. So that was cool, man. You know, more talk about the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks, man, they had a video of them celebrating before their game, the first game after they fired their coach, you know, Adrian Griffin. Them, like, having a ball in warm-ups, you know, dancing, laughing, joking. And a lot of pundits like Stephen A. Smith thought it was disrespectful. And I would have to agree, man. You know, again, I reported yesterday how Giannis was in the press conference talking about how he was surprised that his coach was fired, you know, and it hurts, you know what I'm saying? But he's dancing and, you know, having a good old time pregame as if they're celebrating their coach being fired. I think it's kind of whack, man. Especially a black man, too, you know. I don't want to see nobody lose their job, man, but as a black man, you know, as a black player and your black coach getting fired, you should show a little bit more respect. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, man. But we'll see, you know, what happens. Jalen Brunson had a big game against Denver. Huge game as he beat Denver, man. The Pistons won another game. People were saying that the Pistons shouldn't have won because they're going to jinx the Lions. A lot of talk in Detroit is that, you know, the Pistons set a record for the most losses ever consecutively in the NBA season. The same season that the Lions reached the NFC Championship. They're saying that the Lions had to sacrifice the Pistons in order to win. You know, Michigan won. I know it's not the Detroit team, but Michigan's still in the same state. Michigan won. So all the football success was sacrificing the Pistons. So after the Pistons won a game against the Hornets, everybody was saying, oh, no, the Lions going to lose. I still think that the Lions got a shot to win. Officially, I'm going to go ahead and go with my heart and pick the Lions over the 49ers this weekend, man. So the Lions going to make the Super Bowl. I'm calling it right now. I hope I'm right. I hope and pray I'm right. You know, I don't know. It's just pretty tough, man. I predict that Patrick Mahomes going to find a way to beat Lamar Jackson. Yeah, I said it, man. I'm picking the Chiefs over the Ravens. It's going to be Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl, baby, against the Lions. You know what I'm saying? Rematch of the first game of the season. You know what I'm saying? The Lions and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl for a rematch of the first game of the season. And we already beat them already. You know what I'm saying? So that's my predictions, man. I hope I'm right about Detroit, man. My head tells me that the San Francisco 49ers are going to beat us. That's what my head tells me. My heart just says, you know what? Forget it. Go with your heart, man. Because I do think we got a chance. You know, I think we got a chance, especially if Deebo Samuel isn't 100%. You know, and Brock Purdy, I think if we can get Brock Purdy rattled a little bit, you know, Brock Purdy still improved himself on the big stage. You know, maybe the nerves. You know, Jared Goff been to a Super Bowl. He been to a conference championship game and won. So Jared Goff been there before. Brock Purdy, not so much. So I hope and pray that I'm right on that. So I predict the Lions and the Chiefs will win and be in the Super Bowl. I pray that I'm right, man. But having said that, that's all I got for today. Hope y'all take an initiative, man. This is Friday. I'm happy to report that as far as my diet and exercise, man, I stuck to it all week. I lost some pounds, man. I'll let you know what I'm saying, when I lose my first 11 pounds. My goal for weight loss is to lose 11 pounds at a time. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, 11 is my favorite number, so that's why I didn't use 10 pounds. It's 10 pounds plus the extra pound, I started off at 157. I actually jumped back up to, I started off at 257. I jumped back up to 260, but I've lost a lot of that this week already. So, once I get to 246, I'll report back. All right? That's the deal. 11 pounds at a time. Started at 257. Want to go to 246 for this first round. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to get all the way back down to 180. You know what I'm saying? As somebody my height, they say when you're 5'8", you should be like around 150 something pounds, which I'll never. That's a 222 thing. That's crazy, right? That's what they say, the nutritionists say. But I think between 180 and 185 is my sweet spot. Or between 175 and 185 is my sweet spot. So we'll see, man. I'll keep you updated when I lose my first 11 pounds, man. But take initiative. Don't be afraid to face where you at. Sometimes people are scared to get on the scale because they don't want to see where they at. Same thing with credit. When your credit is bad, you don't want to check your credit report. Always see where you at, even if it's bad. Don't be ashamed and afraid. But you can never make a plan. You can never write a strategy if you don't know where you are. So don't be afraid to get on that scale. Check your credit. Check your bank account. You know what I'm saying? See where, if you're negative, figure out a plan to get positive. Whatever it is, take initiative. Don't just sit back. That light come on in your car, take it to the shop, or take it to your mechanic, you know what I'm saying? But don't just look at stuff and just be like, dang, that's messed up, and wish you can get out. Take an assessment and then make a plan. I'm fighting with you, you know what I'm saying? I know times get rough, life can get rough. The year may have started rough, but I'm here with you, and I promise you, if you stick with it, you're going to make it. I'm going to make it, you going to make it, we're going to win together, man. That has been episode 17 of the Onrea Initiative. Have a good weekend, man. See y'all later.